Hello everybody. Thank you for coming down to Rough Trade East. Welcome to the official listening party for God Games, The Kills' 6th studio album. Had a sneak peek, and you guys, you guys are about to get more than a sneak peek of this fantastic new record. So, my name's Georgie Rogers. I'm a DJ, broadcaster, music journalist, and also long-time fan of The Kills. And we're going to be chatting all about this new record in a Q&A. There'll be a signing opportunity later, and they are very amazingly going to play some of the tracks from the new album in acoustic. So it's going to be a great night. Thanks for all getting down here and being here to enjoy it with us. To kick off, how do you feel about a sneak peek of the record? Let's do that.
Thank you so much for coming.
What you just heard was a glorious peek of the new record, God Games, which was coming out at the end of October on Domino Records.
Yes.
How are you guys? How are you feeling
Great.
at this point? You know, just about to hit your 6th record. Oh. Hello. Oh. Just about. Oh. There's a ghost in the mic. Hello. You're just about to put out, obviously, 6 records. How are you feeling about putting this out into the world?
I feel really great about it. It's a weird time when your record's coming out like in 4 weeks, because it's just like so familiar to me now. I just want everyone else to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm also thrilled.
Yeah. Well, you should be. Let's kind of talk a bit about the evolution of the record, I suppose, to begin with, because you came off touring the last record in 2019. Bam, global pandemic.
It was really good timing.
Yeah.
We sort of went in and we did a couple of songs in. We went into the studio and demoed a couple of songs. We were like, yeah, this is great. This isn't over Christmas, and then all that shit happened. Yeah, pandemic.
Pajama Town.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 years of tracksuits. Were you guys in the same country, or were you both in America, or were you split?
We were. I was in Nashville, and he was in LA, and then I just kind of started driving back and forth.
Yeah. And eventually, started.
I really loved it. I loved that. It was like the moment when you realised there was this sort of open road of creativity. It was like I don't know, I loved it. I had basically had a 2.5 year manic episode. It's just building stuff, making things, bought a sewing machine, learned to embroider. I was like, for real, I made some really cool trousers. Yeah,
some big
really
people do sour bread, not you.
I bought this old photo booth because I definitely needed to do a photo booth project while I was in lockdown.
Sounds like busy times, Jamie. Do you wear the embroidered trousers?
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for them.
I do, but I've got to redo the waistband. I've got to be honest, I rushed it.
So were you guys, in touch over that time? Did it change anything about your writing process? You know, having this time of forced not being able to see each other, and then slowly coming out of that.
Yes.
We kept on doing the thing that we always do, where we just send things back and forth to each other, and we kind of always write in solitude, privately, secretly, and then send songs to each other, so that didn't change. The one thing that did change is he told me to buy this little cheap keyboard that was like this big.
Yeah, because you get to the point where it's just there's no kind of deadline, so you don't feel so compelled to rely on the things you're familiar with. So it's like, let's start by throwing the guitar away. And just, no, only for a minute. Yeah, I know. I did. I fell out of love with it for a minute. I felt like an albatross around my neck, and then I sort of fell seriously in love with it again. It's so versatile.
And so there was, I believe there's a $100 keyboard that was encouraged.
Yeah, super expensive, and it was great. And I wrote almost every single song that I wrote on that. And it was really nice. It kind of opened up. It changed tempo for me, the rhythm of things. It changed the melodies. I was just plucking melodies out of the sky all of a sudden. It wasn't, it was very fun. Yeah.
And then as the life came back, the craziness started to wane. I don't know if it still has, but it's still, we're still in the aftermath of it. But then eventually you got in the studio, didn't you, with Paul Epworth?
Yeah.
And was he your sound man back in 2002?
He was on our first ever tour. Yeah, he was in the back of the van, he went through all those terrible kind of what they used to call the toilet tour. That was our sound man, Paul Epworth. And it'd always been on my mind, but it kind of like to come full circle because I wanted to work with someone that knew from the very beginning, that being there when we had a broken Fender Twin and a light bulb and one microphone, and then he was our kind of lineage back to the beginning. So we had a little Zoom call with him, and he was on a beach in Mexico with a straw hat on, just to show how he was spending the spoils of his Adele money. And it was like, oh, it's kind of funny, quite cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. Living up in Mexico. And the studios there, Paul Epworth, obviously now acclaimed producer, like you said, he worked with Adele, so many people, Florence and the Machine, and Paul McCartney, London Grammar. And there's like 20 years there of you guys being in a band and putting out records, and then also him producing all these huge artists. So what was it like getting back together? Now you both got a wealth of experience, you could say, in music.
I know what you're saying.
Did you still
There's an ambiguity about the word wealth.
Oh, well, yeah.
With Paul Epworth.
Yeah.
He's definitely got a wealth of music. What I don't know. What do you mean? Do you mean?
No, just I mean like you guys have got loads of experience at this point. You've been in a band for 20 years. He's been producing. So did it feel like you were right back in 2002? Or
No,
was
it was very relaxed. He kind of wanted him to be a sort of like Rick Rubin, just sort of overseeing it. He overlooked the whole album. Oversaw.
From the top of the steeple.
Yeah.
Church,
And I don't know. We played with some demos, and he was like, "We don't really need a producer; it's already produced." But he just said that he would just like to. I need someone that's going to tell me when something's finished, or like that's good, or go to bed, drink some water. I need someone like that, and he was that.
There was, though, a sense when we were recording this record, I kind of kept saying it to Jamie, and I really had this feeling, and I don't know if it was the pandemic or I don't know what it was, but I just kept feeling like making the first record again. Not the exact music, but the excitement, and the naive feeling. And maybe you get that after doing something for 20 years, a chance to do it all over again.
Yeah. What was a typical day like in the studio?
Coffee, then another coffee, then...
I would walk to the studio every day from Dalston.
Yeah.
And then I'd meet Alison there because she's not that stupid. She would get a car.
Oh, I had to carry my computer and all that crap.
No, I just liked it. It was kind of my sort of like little meditative thing where I'd walk there every day.
How long did that take, that?
I don't know, I feel like I'm being judged now.
I'll look up how far
getting
this is.
the steps in.
6-minute mark. I did it in 7 minutes. No, it's like quite far.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
45 minutes, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Is that slow?
No, it's a very healthy way to,
Yeah, well, I
start
stopped
the
for
day.
a croissant, and it wasn't all health.
Also, the studios are in Crouch End, which, as we know, croissant is quite fancy.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah,
Croissant.
yeah. Some people call it that, I don't know. Okay, so great studio sessions with Paul, and what, did he help you kind of just get everything finished? At what point did you finish all of the tracks for the record?
Well, I always have this thing where it's not anger, but I have this thing where you work on a record for a year or two, and then you end up talking about the producer that works on it for 9 days. It's like, fucking hell. What was the question? Paul did what?
We were talking about finishing it. How did we finish it?
Oh, yeah.
We finished it now.
We finished it. We only really had 3 songs with guitar on. I kept pushing the guitar day, the guitar recording, and then I went back to LA, and I sort of found this studio in Hollywood and moved my studio in there, because I've got some good gear. And I moved that in there, and then we recorded guitars for 2 weeks, and then it was finished.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was thinking, how's it going to turn out? And then as soon as I put guitar on it, was like, oh my God, that's it, I can't do any more than that.
We also got to have the choir come in. For
And the choir, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, the kind of the gospel elements that show up on LA Hex and My Girls, My Girls.
Yeah.
Can you talk to, I mean, that all lead
Well, I
us
had this
nicely.
idea because I'm an atheist
Yeah.
in my real life. And then in my sort of creative life, I talk about God, and I thought it was kind of odd. So I thought, what about if I write all these kind of godless gospels and these sort of like, atheist spirituals? So that was sort of the idea with putting the choir in, because they're a really good way of making, this is a bit muso, but sort of making chords. I love being minimal. I always like panic if there's too many things on our songs. And a choir makes beautiful chords underneath something without having to have actual instruments. So that was why.
Yeah. And can you elaborate a little bit more on the theme? Obviously the record's called God Games.
I just sang it in a song. I wrote this song, and it was kind of a little half rhyme, and I sang God Games. I thought, that's a really good title. And then I looked it up, so I thought, I fucking got that from somewhere, haven't I? And I Googled it. I know you probably all know this, but it's a subgenre of video game. I didn't know that. Like Sims and Afterlife and that kind of thing, where you sort of create, so it's kind of like you've created a metaverse and then you've manufactured a god. And I thought, that's sort of what I'm trying to do when I'm writing songs. I'm kind of like inventing this little musical universe, and then I have to manufacture God so I can move my little pieces around and make it more profound.
Where are you guys at with? Are you in any way spiritual? You said you're atheist.
No.
Namaste and all that. No. You do yoga.
Is yoga spiritual?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Confidence. I thought it was just like Pilates. It's just like
No, but you kind of said in the press release for the record, like it's whether we look for him or not, we can find God somewhere, even if you're an atheist. So yeah, that was one of their questions.
I think that was misquoted.
Like, oh really? It could be in nature.
Oh yes.
It could be, in church. It could be the metaverse.
I know the day I was having then. Yes, exactly. You're right. Yes, exactly.
So I want to ask you about writing New York, the track, Alison,
Sure.
because I did see you in another interview talk about this wild day where you did some wedding crashing.
And crashed a wedding, yes.
Which is the most amazing.
I want to do that more because I really enjoyed it.
You have so many friends.
I have met so many.
Can you elaborate on the story? Because it's proper wedding crashing. Like you didn't know anyone there. How did this come about?
I was just walking through the lobby at the Bowery Hotel, and I ran into a guy that I've only emailed with that actually works there. And he just said, "Hey, Allison, I'm getting married tomorrow. Do you want to come to our wedding?" And he was there with his wife-to-be, and I just thought, yeah.
So you were invited.
Well,
It's not technically a wedding crash.
kind of. And then I got there, and everyone kept asking me who I was, why I was there, who did I know? And I was like, I don't know anybody. It was great.
Did you send it? Did you become like the person that everyone talks about at the wedding, like on, throwing the
I hope
shapes on the dance floor?
I mean,
You got
I
stuck in.
stayed for a really long time, and then I went away, and I thought that's enough wedding, and then I missed everybody, and I went back like 45 minutes later.
Round two.
Yeah.
I love that. Would you say that track is kind of a bit of a love letter to New York and this day that you
Yeah, and it's a love song, and it's a love letter to New York. New York has always been one of those cities for me that if I go there, basically I have this massive life shift or something. Something happens, I'm inspired by something, I run home and write a book or a song or thing. I'm just really jazzed every time I go to New York, and I get all filled up, and then I come home and do something with it.
And then the same for LA Hex. How did that track come about?
I was standing trying to get home. I was standing on the street corner, in LA at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1:30.
Afternoon or
And at
morning?
night, and I just loved it. These cars were passing, and you would hear sort of like sub bass and trap in one, you know, like, and then the other direction you hear some like mariachi band, and then like, another car would come past with some rock and roll, and then it was just brilliant. I thought I loved that cacophony. It was like, God, this is really what LA is actually, and I just sort of tried to. I thought I'd go home and make a song with all those. That out of that cacophony, you know, all those different things passing by.
Threading the tracks through and threading those kind of sounds and genres through. And then what about the video? The video is incredibly cool. I love it. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, we wanted to make an incredibly cool video.
Yeah.
So we googled incredibly cool video makers, and we found this guy Andrew. He
is incredibly cool.
That's actually, you should go on to page 2, because he was actually on page 2 of the Google search. No one ever goes there. No, my friend, I've got this. I kind of always have these secret muses that I tap for really great new people, and this was a friend of hers. She said, "Oh my God, this guy's great." So we met him, and he's my new best mate.
Super great and cool.
He did 2 videos back to back. Like,
Really?
it's pretty cool. Like Saturday and Sunday we did video Saturday, video Sunday, which is like probably, you know, like half a dozen hours for us, but it's like 20 hours for the guy, for Andrew. It was like amazing.
And then you went on a really dangerous mission with that weird drone dude, and that had tons of guns and things in his cars, and definitely that was illegal. That whole trying to film Hollywood Boulevard in the cemetery and stuff, and he just like came out of that and came and met us for dinner, and he was like, "Well, my days were totally crazy." Like,
but I like that
awesome.
sort of thing. It kind of went along with a song that kind of wanted to. There's cliches about LA for sure. But there's also, like, if you live in LA, there's new cliches about it, you know, that aren't like the old ones, like, oh, people are fake. You know, yeah, we fucking established that. But, you know, people are fake everywhere now. And so there's these kind of new cliches, and I like this idea of, like, playing around with some of the new cliches and sort of, you know, and that was kind of, like, a lot of the imagery was based around that, you know.
Well, the guys with the VR headset.
Yeah, and the dirt bikes and all that sort of like. Only I'm laughing, but no.
I like that.
I just found all that really kind of like it's sort of piss sake of Diplo or something.
The old guy with the Zimmer, and then just someone doing a burnout with a motor. Yeah. But there's a few videos for the new tracks. It's nice to see them represented, because there's there's different themes for each one. There's the LA one, there's a boxing one for New York, and then 103 is
just seems to take place in like an outer space and an inside of a fire. Yeah.
Where did you get the little glasses from? Were they from a sunbed?
Oh,
You're from Amazon.com.
I wanted to use these for ages. I think they look so cool.
I know, like literally, if there's any 2 people in the world that could wear and look good as you do.
I just really like them. You look so bizarre. But it was kind of like a little bit sort of word association, because it's, you know, I blame it on the sun, all that kind of thing. And I just thought about tanning goggles.
I've never been to a tanning bed. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been, but those goggles, you can't see out of them.
We can all tell you haven't
anything.
been to a tanning salon now.
Tiny. Do you think that I look like I
We can all tell you haven't been.
So, yeah, but it was crazy. We were standing on this tiny little piece of wood filming that video, totally blind, and looking, you know, it was like 3 feet drop, and I'm thinking, this is the day that we're going to break all of our legs, all of them. Definitely.
About the what?
Silver boots. Silver suit?
Silver suit, silver boots.
I can't hear you.
Shout it. I think it was, what about the silver suit, was it? Boots. Silver boots.
Boots.
But you were wearing black boots with silver glitter on. It would have been more accurate. I mean, even I noticed that. There's silver and gold glitter on your...
I think the gold is actually just dirt. Silver.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
In terms of the rest of the Kills back catalogue, 6 albums in, where do you feel like this record sits
Number 6.
The last one so far. We've always prided ourselves on having different songs on each record.
12 tracks.
This is the latest
And
in
a
a long
track
line of
list.
different songs on different records.
No, you know what I mean. You know, like you said, it kind of felt like being back at the beginning. You know, does it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Proud
I
of
mean,
it.
it felt like that. Don't you think it sort of felt like that mentally and spiritually? No, emotionally. But musically, no. I mean, I don't know. I've always thought that our records have been. I've always tried to make different records, you know, one to the next. And then I look back, and the increments of change are actually quite small. And this one is a little, maybe a bigger leap. So it's maybe more kind of obvious. I don't know. But we did take longer to make it. It's almost like 2 records in the time that we did it.
7 years, yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah, but I mean, I think everyone, there was a stalling moment of like 2 years within that. So
Yeah, and then when everyone else started coming back to life and doing normal things, I broke both my fucking feet. Yeah, and I was in a wheelchair for 6 months.
how did you
Try
do that?
recording a record in a wheelchair. I mean, many brilliant people have done it,
Yeah, I can't imagine.
but for me it was
Tough.
like tough. Yeah,
How did you do it? Is it?
I thought I was saving my dog from a coyote attack, and I jumped. I had no shoes on. I jumped off a wall to get to him, and then I just couldn't get up. And I looked down at my heels and kind of like up here. Yeah, it was awful, and I was like, oh no, I've really fucked up this time. Because I'm really accident prone. Every record there's something, you know, and that was the one. And then, and I had to have like plates and screws put in there. But the thing is, it turned out it wasn't a coyote. When I got back from the hospital, like my dog, I was on my hands and knees, I couldn't walk, and I was like this, and then my dog ran up to me and I was like, what the fuck is that smell? And it was a skunk. So he'd been skunked, and then I was in the hospital, and I
You were
felt
punked by a
terrible.
skunk.
I felt really terrible, but I carried on with the coyote story.
Which you smelled.
To all the doctors and the nurses. And they've been all coming from other departments and saying, oh, you're so brilliant, thank you. And I didn't tell them.
It was actually a punk of a skunk that got you. Oh wow. Okay, so then you had to literally get back on your feet,
Yeah.
and then so then how was it kind of like getting back to playing guitar and stuff after that?
Well, I'm getting there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, yeah. Was it like after after you've been through something that I don't know how traumatizing it was for you, but it's like when you hurt yourself quite badly
no,
after
but
the
it's like,
cover.
I'm still like crawling down, like going down on my bum down the stairs to the studio. I was still like trying to play, but there was no way I was going to be like in a studio doing it, a proper studio.
No. So you had to wait even longer then
Yeah.
to do the sort of thing, back in the studio. Which
She hates it. It's like Ash and I thought, I shattered my elbow. So
Oh,
we
no.
started the songs like I had to play this, like pretend that I wanted to play like lap steel, because I couldn't actually bend my arm. Like wrote songs like that. No, that was Blood Pressures, wasn't it? Ash and I, what was that? Something else. Oh, the Finger.
Which one was elbow?
Elbow was, maybe Elbow was Ash and I's then. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Alison, you're always like bracing yourself for what's next. Like,
I mean, I'm just hoping that one of these days he's going to stop doing it.
Which tracks were the most fun to make? Which tracks of the record are you like, and most fun to play as well?
The ones that were finished. You know, I'm not even trying to be funny. That was what was great about it, was that we had most of the record finished, or if the things that weren't finished would be like something like the song God Games I'd done like 3 versions of it. I didn't really like any of the versions, so I was waiting to be in the studio to find the right version. But something like Blank, you don't know these songs, it's okay.
They're both the like slightly more ballads.
Yeah,
down tempo.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
But they were kind of great to do because we weren't like thinking, oh, I've got to write a middle eight or anything. It was all like, those were the most fun to do, I think. What do you think?
I think one of my favorite moments was watching you do the guitar part for Love and Tenderness, which is one of the ones we just heard.
Oh,
it was so wild. We were sitting like a spinning office chair and just going crazy, and it was like, that's it, stop playing, that's it, that's the thing. That's insane.
She's so good, like, as an audience member. when I'm playing, and she's like, it's so nice. It really does give you superpowers when someone's doing that.
Well, I mean, you guys have spoken about your your working relationship and friendship. You've always been very, very close friends as well as bandmates. You've all worked together, which I think is testament to how you've kept things going, this long and still making such incredible music. Like, how has that relationship, has that evolved in any way, or do you just feel like you're as close as ever?
It's a really difficult thing to answer, and everyone asks us that, and I have no idea because I'm here for it every day. I don't.
And part of the success of it is that we don't really think about it.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not academic about it. We do get asked about it a lot, and I'm proud that that's what's happened. I think it's quite simple, really. You have to want to like someone, and we both want to like each other. Simple as that.
And like going way back, to when you first met each other and first started making music together, did you just know instantly that there would be this chemistry with making music together?
I think so, yeah. There was a real excitement. I did. I feel like I did. I was like, Jamie, we're doing this. Ready?
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing because I was doing a sort of solo project thing at the time that was coming to an end, and I felt so depressed. I was broke. I was living in a squat in Gypsy Hill near Crystal Palace. Yes. Is that you then? I felt like, oh my God. I had my dad telling me, like, go, you're wasting your life. Get a job, get a proper job, all that sort of stuff that I'm sure everyone has to deal with. Not my dad, but their dads. And I've never met someone that had so much faith in me. It was mad. I thought it was like a trick. It was a brilliant 22-year trick.
Oh, I love that. So guys, I guess just while we wrap up, what plans have you got? Have you got extensive tour plans for this record?
We're working on that, yeah. We're going to start touring in February.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we start in America. Not unfortunately for the Americans, but unfortunately, yeah, we start in February, which hasn't been announced yet. I think I might have been told not to announce it.
Just vague plans, but lots of touring. Are you kind of excited to get out and actually sing a lot?
That's our thing. Is touring. I've always felt like our record was a promo for our live shows. We want people to come to listen to the record and come to the show, not the other way around. Yeah.
And then next album, will it be 7 years? Will it be quicker?
No, it's going to be longer. No,
a decade
oh my
just to...
God, we're determined.
Can we just get this one out first before we think about
the fucking 3 minute I'm writing a fucking song, right? I know it can't be like that. That was a shocker.
Well, I'm going to get you elbow pads and shin pads and knee pads and helmet. Be quick.
Yeah. A little helmet. Just a full suit so that you don't,
A helmet and cotton wool.
Just bandaged, bandage the studio up. Just no hazards for Jamie, basically, going into the next one. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm sure, as you guys heard from the record, it's such a fantastic record. It's so good to have you guys back with this album. Okay.
I want to ask about the name of the album that we, apart from obviously there's a track of the album. Why it's called that way, and also how it's related with the album cover. Highly controversial album cover.
I felt like that title and that cover went together really great. God Games to me, this is a song of Jamie's actually, and a title that he came up with, but I thought it would be a good album title because it seemed wide open, and it seemed like all the kind of fucked up things that human beings do in this world. It's like a boxing match, a car race, a bullfight, a love relationship, you know, all of the different things. I just felt like it could be applied across the board to anything that feels kind of mad and kind of out of control and has a big question mark hanging over it. Stuff that we can't figure out. I like that.
I mean, the cover, I was actually surprised by the reaction because whenever, it's just because whenever I've been presented with art, you have a knee-jerk reaction because, you know, whatever you see first, that's you react to it. But then art makes you think on another level, and then philosophize on another level, and think why are all these things happening. But it was a painting that was left in my house when I moved in, and during the pandemic, I sat on the sofa and I stared at this painting every day, and it was just like sometimes it seemed like quite a good metaphor for the human condition, how brutal and cruel we are, and we wrap it up in tradition and little homoerotic embroidered outfits and pretend it's sports. It's fucking insane. And I would see that every day, and it kind of made it was the catalyst for a lot of things that I wrote, not just songs, but just a lot of things I was writing and thinking about. And to me, it's just, I love an idea that you open the lid on an idea and another 1,000 ideas come spilling out. It's like this struggle between culture and nature. You know, a matador and a bull. The matador thinks he's brave. The bull, if he thinks in that way, thinks he's a coward, obviously. He thinks he's he's defending himself, but he's actually being an attacker. It's just it's a symbol for so many things. And on top of it, it's a bad painting by an amateur. And I kind of I like the fact that when all these life struggles are going on, there's an amateur painter struggling to get the shading right on the cape. And I just found it kind of...
The bull has 5 legs.
It just made me... And on top of it, we weren't allowed to use the painting that's on top of above my fireplace, because we couldn't trace the artist. So there's another level of getting a commercial artist to interpret it or copy it. And I just thought, like, fuck it, this is really now. It's like, you know, litigation and law is shaping the art we're making. And like, let's just fucking roll with it. We want everything we do, we want it to be a snapshot of now. And that just seemed like it. I think people being offended by the, you know, what it symbolises. I was vegan for 23 years. This is not something that I'm like, you know, oh God, I'm suddenly into endorsing bullfighting. It's ridiculous. It's the most brutal, cruel thing. But I would hope that seeing a picture of it doesn't make people just think that you're into it, right? Oh my God, it does? I think it's too late to repress the cover.
Did the interpretation also have 5 legs?
No.
Yeah, but then I removed the one leg.
But it was like he put the leg in a different place, and then this record, this artwork was done in the late 70s, and it just faded away until you could see some of what he tried to do before then.
Does anyone else have a question? You're going to shout it.
Why aren't you vegan anymore?
Why aren't you vegan anymore? Is the question.
I don't do that because I feel guilty about that, and I would love to talk to you about that, but with all these other people, it's not really the time. I went through a phase where I felt like, I mean, when I was vegan, I didn't wear wool, didn't wear leather. I just wore rubber and polyester. I didn't wear wool. I was really staunch, and then I had a different chapter where I just felt like there's a word for this, and I keep forgetting the word, but it's just where you want to experience everything, like taste everything, not just food, but in every aspect of life. You only live once, and you want to try everything. And I went through that thinking I could take a break from being vegan, but it's been a few years now. I'll go back.
Anyone else?
Can you play something?
Yeah, they will. They will. Don't you worry. There is going to be a live set, but we have got probably time for another couple of questions if there are any. There's one down here. Just shout it nice and loud.
When it comes to like the creative process, do you stick with an idea, or are there artists that you take inspiration from as well? Is there anyone out there at the moment that made you want to do another album?
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I mean, the reason for me doing another album, or both of us, is not really to do with anyone else's music, but there's definitely wonderful things out there that I love musically, that I find really encouraging and inspiring, you know. Plague Vendor, Thornline, Bob Alley, Heartworms, I don't know. These are Dean Blunt. I'm going through a Dean Blunt phase.
Alison and you, is anyone inspiring you at the moment?
In this last year, we've been working on this record so much, and I really haven't gotten into anything that I've not already been into. But I really loved Lana Del Rey's recent record. I played it over and over and over and over and over. I'm kind of like that. If I like a record, I maybe just listen to that for 6 months, and then find a new record. Yeah.
Anyone else?
I've got a question.
Okay, yeah.
What do you disagree on between you?
What do you disagree on between you?
Over if you can't compromise.
It's not a great deal. We disagree. I mean, I could probably think on a deeper level than this, but the thing that comes to mind is coffee. She's like terrible coffee. And we have this thing where I know, because we've still got this house in Dalston and we're staying there now. And I wake up in the morning, she does it, she puts her coffee in the coffee maker the night before. So that I wake up and I can't put mine in there and I have to drink this awful Pike Place Starbucks fucking coffee.
Oat milk or normal milk?
Oat milk or normal milk?
No milk, black. No milk.
I cannot drink milk. It's gross.
No milk. You don't put milk in your coffee.
No, black. But I mean, generally, milk I can't drink anyway.
Okay, one more question. Anyone? Yeah. Oh, there's two. Okay, we'll do these last two. Yeah.
Are we gonna see another video made in Candy Island?
Oh, did you like that in Candy Island?
Are you gonna see them from Mexico?
It's great. I think that might have been my first time and only time in Candy Island, but it's quite something. We have no plans to make another video.
Thank you.
And there was one just behind. Yeah.
Jamie, is the Hofner your favorite guitar?
Yeah. Easy answer. Yeah.
Which guitar? She asked was your favourite?
Hofner.
The Hofner.
Yeah, I mean they're really badly made. They are. They made the 12th fret in the wrong place. Like if you play guitar, you do like a harmonic. You have to do it on the 13th fret because they put the 12th fret in the wrong place. Which I don't know what it is. I like struggling with it. And it's got the best pickups in the world. These shark fin pickups, the greatest pickups ever made, and you can sing into them. They're so microphonic.
Fab. Any other burning questions, and then we'll let the session happen. No? Anyone else? Anyone else? No. Okay. I'm going to hand over to you guys. Thank you so much for answering my questions. Yeah, you go get your guitar, and Alison and Jamie are going to play you some tracks off the new record. Thanks so much.
What are we doing first?
Let's do.
kitchen looking girl to find love brother baker burning that steak and stick with me under the last palm tree. Sip a little water from the dirty fountain meant to be the sum of it all. Keep me on the tip of your tongue. It's 1:03 in the sun. You don't know what you want or what you got when Ellie's high. It seems to make you so down low. You don't know what you got or how to stop when Ellie's now what you've seen in me before. But I blame it on the sun. On the side, these nights we've been tearing up temporary bud, spit shies, surfing, current on an 80-degree surfing yard. Red eyes, love and brother, radar high, rider souped up to the nines. Sitting on blocks. Every elevator in the city says it's going up when it's on the rise. Keep me on the tip of your tongue. It's 1:03 in the sun. You don't know what you want or what you got when Ellie's high. It seems to make me so damn slow. You don't know what you got and how to stop when Ellie's now what you've seen in me before. But I blame it on the sun. Yeah, I blame it on the sun. On the side, yeah, I blame it on the side. Oh, I'm ready. Wait for me, stay with me, Medicaid my back, hit on my highways. Speed for me, bleed for me, steal me away from all the bad guys. 'Cause I'm down here on the Bowery, the city's got me feeling high. Got me where you want me, in your midnight eye. Always remember, honey, when you need a ride. Got me, honey, got me running wild. 'Cause you take just like New York, before it snows takes off. You race like you are high, you know. I'll be lonely, hey. I bust my lips on yours. How sweet the night is dark enough, we're only seeing stars. You made for me, come back, babe. Leaving out in the heart of me every time you go. can't keep my eyes on the road. I'm away from morning, take some there. Let it be you take this back to your before the storm takes home. You race like you were high, you know. I'm I bust my lips on yours. How sweet the night is dark enough. We're only seeing stars. You take this back to yours. Boom, boom, boom. What you do, I'm a ripper from a deepest road. It's easy for you to see. You got me where you want me. I'm ripping from the deep through me. It's easy for you to see. You got me where you want me. You taste just like New York before a storm takes hold. You race like you are high, you know. I'm alone. I bust my lips on yours. How sweet the night is dark enough. We're only seeing stars. You taste just like New York. You taste just like New York. Now, yeah. I bust my lips on yours. How sweet the night is dark enough. We're always seeing stars. Thank you.
Can I get a little bit more guitar, please, Ed?
Oh, we'd like to play you two old ones now. You're welcome. She's dying to meet you, take you out and make your blood hum and tremble like fairground lights. Baby says if ever you see skin as fair, her eyes as deep and as black as mine, I know you're lying. Baby says I have a romance I'll get from all you sleeping dogs. You does a guy, I'll get one yet. For all I've forsaken, make something of all the noise and the mess you made them, and all the time it's taken. Baby says we step in these silver cups, break open jails, send you diving for pearls, without a care in the world.
make your blood hum and tremble like pinball lights. Baby says a high romance I get from all you sleeping dogs. You thought the guy I'll get one yet.
Well, this is one of the first songs we ever wrote, so we're going to play this.
Black magic in your $2 love. Pulling you in, just as the car got you. Black magic in your $2 love. Pulling you in, it's sexy, no got you. Black magic in your $2 love. Pulling you, honey, give me two on your black magic in your $2 love. Right. I'm not trying to wake you up. I'm not trying to wake you up. Don't clean it up, don't clean it back, feet on the hood. Ain't nothing losing, got your $2 love. They pull the string on everything. Your black magic gave your $2 love. Alright. Not trying to wake you up. I'm not trying to wake you up. I'm not trying to wake you up. I'm not trying to wake you up. Black magic in your $2 love. 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 Alright.
Thank you so much. Honest to God, really appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for coming. See you soon for proper shows.
We're standing up. It's going to be so cool.
Very nice.
Thanks so much for coming down, everybody. If you're here to get some stuff signed, you just head to the left down by the books. Looks like the queue's already made its way to here. So, yeah, just get ready to sign and then go right here at the front. Otherwise, straight down the doorway.